Hello, everybody. I see you. All right. So, welcome to another wacky Peter the Cat stream. I wanted to link Winston Smith's GoFundMe. Unfortunately, let's see. I don't think OBS is cooperating with me. Let's see. Yeah, for some reason it keeps saying unable to pin something, went wrong. Please try again. Yeah, I'm going to eat noobs today. Yeah, I have Garfield here, Chris Prattfield, along with his larval state, and I also have Twitch the guinea pig and a little friend, and kind of blocked by the two Garfields here. So anyway, bunch of shit has been going on in California lately. Yeah, let's see. The Marines being sent to Los Angeles. Elon Musk has now apologized to Trump. We're going to just forget the whole Epstein thing. One of our senators got arrested or was handcuffed at, like, what's her name? One of Trump's disinformation propaganda people. Yeah. What's her name again? I'm trying to... Kristi Noem, that's her name. Yeah. But, I don't want to be way too overly negative or come off like I'm trying to clout chase or anything. So we're going to do something a little more lighthearted. So I'll bring that up in a moment. Yeah. Oh, there's Elon's Twitter. I might look at some of the replies to this before I get to the main topic. Just, let me just cat. Yeah, it's almost like a bit of Gigas madness there. Nest. When I was playing Earthbound, I named the characters after Zootopia. Characters from Zootopia. So Ness is Nick, as in Nick Wilde. Paula is Judy Hopps. I named Jeff Ben, short for Benjamin Clawhauser. And Pooh, I didn't name him after any Zootopia characters. I just named him Shit, because I'm immature. So everybody in the game calls him Shit. This is Elon's apology. I regret some of my posts about President Trump last week. They went too far. That was posted on the 11th, so I'm 2 days late reacting to this, but still, let's see if there's any crazy people underneath. Is that just an ad or something? Are you back to defending someone you said is on the Epstein list? And you said Trump was on the Epstein files. Don't try to backtrack now. Did someone threaten you? Well, Elon wants his subsidy money, that's why. Yeah. I mean, it's probably just going to be crazy crap, but I'm going to look at something. How many of you know about GarfieldEATS? I mean, this YouTuber, Izzy, I think her name is, like, she did some videos about GarfieldEATS. Now, for those of you who don't remember, what was the year they founded? Let me just want to make sure I get the year right. GarfieldEATS Wiki. I know they closed in, like, during COVID. Founded 2018. Yeah, those of you who don't know what GarfieldEATS is, this guy named Nathan Masry, like, made a deal with Jim Davis to, like, open this Garfield-themed restaurant in, I think, Toronto, Canada or something. And then later they opened a restaurant in Dubai. And it was they were, like, selling, like, pizzas and other pasta-type food. And Jim Davis even shot a video, like, promoting the restaurant. And, I was kind of hoping that if it expanded, if they if it was successful enough, maybe they'd expand and open some more locations, like actually open a location here in the States and not just overseas or something. I think I remember, like, this isn't the first time Jim Davis has done, like, I don't know, some food business ventures. Like, I think the 25th anniversary Garfield book talks about how Jim Davis owned a pizza parlor in Malaysia or something. Yeah, and basically, Nathan Masry, he went on Twitter, promoted Garfield Eats, and he came off like a kind of a strange, but also he didn't seem too bad. It looks like he was like kind of leaning into the meminess of Garfield. And however, the reviews of the food came out, and a lot of people weren't really satisfied. And there were some very, very strange ideas that Garfield Eats did, like the pizza boxes they had. Apparently you could recycle them as, like, to be Kleenex boxes or something, to be environmentally friendly. Except, the pizza boxes would be, like, all greasy and everything. And, there's video reviews of people reviewing the food and not being satisfied. And then I think, aside from Izzy, there's another YouTuber named Thought Slime. Okay, yeah, it's kind of hard to see my mouse here. Where is it? Yeah, I mean, he's right there on the side, but he did this video about Garfield Eats, and basically showing off some of the more strange, shady things about Nathan Masry. Like, he was a fan of conspiracy theorist David Icke. Now, if you don't know who David Icke is, he's the guy that popularized the conspiracy theory that various politicians or kings and queens around the world are actually lizard people in disguise. And but I think Thought Slime removed that video because he committed the mortal sin of saying nanners and lunacy, and did some really overly apologetic video that, why'd you even do that? I mean, if it was such a big problem, why not just delete the video and re-upload it with removing those 2 words or something and saying something else? Just instead of calling, Nathan Masry a lunatic, just say he's acting irrational. I don't know. So it's like there was a strain. I don't know if I want to say dark side, but there was something not quite right about Nathan Masry. And then the COVID pandemic happened in 2020, and what year did Garfield Eats close? 2020 or 2021? But that kind of broke Nathan Masry's brain because due to lockdowns and everything. Garfield Eats, even though it's it's Jim Davis and he's really rich and everything, but also there was the purchase where Paramount / Nickelodeon bought Garfield, and so maybe that caused a bit of some weirdness also. And basically they ended up closing Garfield Eats because it went out of business, and that was basically when Nathan Masry went batshit crazy. He basically, I don't know, I'm going to take a look at his Twitter, and let's see, where was, okay, the funny thing is that I occasionally saw some tweets from Garfield Eats, but I thought I was following a Garfield shitposting website or something. I thought this was just some, I don't know, one of the meme accounts, Garfield getting thrown out a window or something, that was just posting crazy stuff. But actually, after watching Izzy's video on what happened to Garfield Eats, no, this is at the actual official Garfield Eats Twitter account, and Nathan Masry has just gone insane. And I wanted to look at some of his very strange tweets. It's Garfield's birthday on the 19th, so I guess this will be my pre-Garfield birthday celebration. So we can see here on, let's see if one works in chat. Yeah, should have named him Mr. Big. You need to take a reservation a month in advance. I don't remember Garfield Eats taking reservations. I think you ordered on a phone or something to prepare your food, and then you'd pick it up there. I don't. The people that reviewed the food would explain the process, and you could watch episodes of Garfield and Friends on your phone while you wait for your food to be prepared, or should I say so-called food, because a lot of people said it was terrible. But you can see here, even though that Garfield Eats has been closed and Garfield is now owned by Nickelodeon, for some reason Nathan Masry still owns the Garfield Eats Twitter, and he's changed it to say Justice for Garfield Eats. And the first ever official Garfield-themed restaurant in the world, founded by Nathan Masry, terminated in 2021 in bad faith by Paramount. And if we scroll down, I'm going to scroll backwards, basically, in time. So, I guess this is June 9th, earlier, just 2 days ago? After 5+ years, it's time to transfer the cat. I'm officially removing the Garfield Eats as I shift focus to building Gega things? What? Oh. Shit. It said the stream disconnected? Crap. Oh crap. Okay. In case Twitch didn't record everything, let me just start over really quick. So long story short, Nathan Masry founded Garfield Eats 2018. It got closed because of COVID, and now he's gone crazy. So hopefully, the gap in between Twitch going down wasn't too long. So let me restart reading this tweet from the beginning. Sorry. So, after 5+ years, it's time to transfer the cat. I'm officially rehoming the Garfield Eats account. This account wasn't just a brand. It was a movement. It challenged studios. It entertained fans. It exposed the ugly side of licensing. It was bold, messy, misunderstood, and undeniably real. Some called it cringe. Others called it genius. But through it all, I stayed transparent, loud, unapologetic, because I believe fans deserved more than just lasagna. They deserved the truth. Now, as I shift to building Gega things bigger than this orange cat ever imagined, it's time I let go. It's time this platform finds a new voice, a new owner, a new future. You'll soon find this historic account on auction. For the right buyer, it's not just a handle, it's a legacy. It will not go to just anyone, $. There will be a vetting process. Even if you bid, a cover DM letter is preferred. Write me. Okay, so he's auctioning off the Garfield Eats account for... I don't know. This is just strange, and he has a photo of him with Jim Davis. And you can see here that Jim Davis totally stole my clothing style of the sweater vest and blue shirt. He's definitely copying me. Yeah, and let's just scroll down beneath and see the bizarre things that he tweets. I heard there's a war on Paramount Pictures or Israel, something like that. Yeah, he'll just insert random, really weird political stuff. Who is the new owner? Check out this auction item, Garfield Eats /X account. Yeah, so I guess that's just an auctioning page or whatever. And here he is, replying to people. Shut up and be a civilized American citizen. Illegals and druggies must be deported. It's the law. As for the separation of children and parents by Donald Trump, it should be done in an ethical manner. Voice that instead, but don't turn Los Angeles into Gotham City. It is the peasants who violently protest and loot while the elites drink champagne and watch making money by the hour. Are you a peasant? And then to, I guess, whoever he was replying to. Here's the thing about Jim Davis, if you read various interviews with him or people talking about Garfield as a brand, it's often commented that Jim Davis doesn't do political stuff. There was the one time in 2020 that Garfield's account posted something in favor of Black Lives Matter, and that's maybe the only time ever that Garfield did any political, but that's kind of it. There is one comic where Garfield reacts to the news saying, cats are more popular than ever, and our hidden cameras show why. The cat lobby is paying off pet owners, and Garfield yells, lies! All lies! And Jim Davis says, I think in the 20th anniversary book, that's the most political he'll get. He jokes that, for years he thought OPEC was a dental adhesive or something, but I don't know why Jim Davis or Nickelodeon or Paramount isn't like, I don't know, putting the foot down on this account when Nathan Masry is kind of just shit posting all the time. Yeah, so okay, let's see. And nobody called it genius. Many people called it disgusting and overpriced. That's why it failed. But also, did your political career. So did your political career. So taking yourself out of the equation was the smartest move. That's, I guess, one of the people that doesn't like Nathan Masry. And he says, thanks, troll, for the unsolicited business advice from someone whose entire career revolves around dunking on others for clicks. I built Garfield Eats from scratch, got global press in 36 countries, turned a cartoon into a cult brand, and dared to mix tech, IP, and food before it was cool. Okay, he turned a cartoon into a cult. I mean, that was kind of happening. I mean, Garfield has been one of the most syndicated comic strips in the world, like years before Garfield Eats ever came out. Like after Charles Schultz died and ended Peanuts, Garfield was like number 2 in most syndicated comic strip, and basically is now exceeded Peanuts and is now most syndicated in the world. So it's like, plus you have all the internet memes like Garfield, where Garfield's depicted as a monster. I'm sorry, John, things like that, and of course Garfield minus Garfield. I think Garfield was already on its way to becoming a cult before Nathan Masry jumped on. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Meanwhile, you've made a name for yourself recycling snark, obsessing over cults, and dragging entrepreneurs, trying to build something real. Must be exhausting, scrolling X all day, hoping someone more successful gives you a reason to tweet. At least I create. You just comment and suck a mic. What's that? Oh, that's a mic emoji. I ran against the liberals while you bark from far? At least we got one thing in common. Geez. Politics? At least I had the guts to run. I'm young. I'm a young darling who loves Canada. When your country is a mess, it's your duty to fight. You sit on the sidelines with a snarky thread. That's not journalism. That's noise. Okay, so he takes, I don't know. Nathan Masry is a very serious keyboard warrior. Yeah, don't you dare troll him. He'll, I don't know. It really hurts his feelings. And then, yeah, and then him reacting to the Los Angeles protests. That's a lie. You're a writer who slept with Elon Musk's son. What? Wait. Oh, wait, that's Hassan. I just realized. I don't know. I don't think I want to comment on that. Without America, there would be no Garfield or Jim Davis. Yet, Hassan the Hun, he means Hassan. He means Hassan. I don't follow Hassan on Twitter, so I don't know what his handle is. Joins violent rioters and looters. My dear Los Angeles is paradise turned into hell. I guess illegal immigrants stick together and must leave together. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, sorry. He's just going crazy on current events. Okay, here's a more normal tweet where he's just, I guess, cheering sports or something. But another auction. Let's find something else kind of crazy. Nathan Masry did email Bob Bockish, the former CEO of Paramount Global, about the the assassination of Garfield Eats. He was removed from his position in April 2024. Backish's departure occurred from a perceived loss of trust from Shari Redstone, the company's controlling shareholder. He received a corrupt severance package of $69.3 million. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. I guess this is one of the people he blames for shutting down Garfield Eats or something. Somewhere below, I saw that Nathan wanted to sue Paramount. Let's see. Nathan Masry's prayers answered. Paramount Global lost $6.2 billion last year. $5.4 billion of that in one quarter. But this isn't just another Hollywood tragedy. No, this is what happens when you play God with licensing and treat creators like disposable napkins. Justice for Garfield Eats. Licensing trap is real. Nathan Masry leads the charge outside Paramount in California, exposing the dark side of licensing. Licensees are joining the fight against exploitive deals. Creators taking back control. I'm gonna guess that's AI generated. I highly doubt he got a big crowd of people to to demonstrate with him outside Paramount Pictures. Okay. I mean, I'm trying to see, is there like any like weird hands, or I mean, I'm surprised they got the picture, the lettering to look okay, and it's not a garbled mess of symbols. Drama alert. Isn't that what's his name? No. You idiots, I said throw the rocks at Paramount Pictures HQ, not civilians' cars. Okay, this is... And then he's tweeting at Gavin Newsom. We are also reviewing a $25 million lawsuit against Paramount. Oh, your state is falling... Okay, so this is what I was talking... That he wanted to sue Paramount. Let's see if he has that underneath. Yeah. For decades, Hollywood has functioned... Oh, this is someone he retweeted. For decades, Hollywood has functioned as a propaganda machine to convince Americans and the world, the U.S. government and military are heroes, that the FBI and CIA work for the good of humanity, when in fact they're the who start the bloody wars and genocides they claim to be saving us from. And then march on Los Angeles. We are all marching to Paramount to raid the licensing department. Might as well raid Nickelodeon too. Okay, so we have people like protesting ICE in Los Angeles, but Nathan is hoping that people are... It looks like he's both praising the protests, but then he later condemns them. I'm a little confused. Yeah, Paramount is burning again. Man-made again. Yeah, burn down Paramount Pictures while you're at it. And, then we see Jared Leto got exposed, I mean, couldn't have happened to a better person. I mean, now I feel a little weird having my Morbius placard in my room. Okay. Do you want to learn how to license your cartoon or to obtain a license? Well, there's no replies, so I don't know. You can license a cartoon for $50,000. But if they terminate you without warning, legal fees to fight back, $250,000 to $1 million. That's why no one fights. The licensing trap. And here we are. I think this is one of he says he's trying to sue Paramount. My legal team has already assessed the potential for a class action. The licensing industry doesn't want this smoke that could rewrite licensing laws for creators and licensees. The real cat will save the day. Hashtag the Natefield. Meow, bitches. And I forgot. He has his own personal account, but I forgot he also has a Natefield account where I guess he role plays as his own Garfield OC. Yeah, he's got like... I have to wonder, like, did someone actually draw this, or did he do it with AI? Yeah, well, it looks like it says Garfic. I mean, yeah, this could maybe be, an AI-generated Garfield OC. Okay, this looks kind of AI-generated also. You think Garfield hates Mondays? Try waking up to a gag order. Terminated. Silence. Ghosted. But now the cat's meowing back. And the NDA tape doesn't even fully cover Garfield's lips. I mean, let's see. Anyone else? Yeah, Keemstar. That's what I was... Yeah, when I was looking at Drama Alert, that's the guy's name. Yeah. Yeah. Now let's see. Okay, and then this is him just tweeting about, his loss. Like, I'm not sure if... I highly doubt this lawsuit if this is all for real and not just him, posturing on Twitter. Like I'm not sure it's really going to get that far. The judge will probably just look at the case, laugh and dismiss it before they even, call a jury or something. I mean, I don't. I mean, those. I'm not a legal expert, so I don't understand the whole licensing laws or anything. But it's like, you know, it looks like he's just not gonna accept that the food sucked, people didn't like it, and COVID made business hard and everything, and either Jim Davis or Paramount just decided to pull out. And let's see. Ever wondered what happened when a small business licenses a $1 billion cartoon and then gets ghosted by the studio? A $25 million licensing lawsuit. Okay, so this is just him tweeting about his lawsuit. I should see it. What has he said about the Garfield movie? Yeah. Maybe I should. Oh, wait. Are these actual articles talking about that he really is going through this lawsuit? I was thinking of searching and going back and seeing like what he said about the Garfield. I thought he might have said something kind of crazy. Let me type in Garfield Eats Inc. Garfield movie. Yeah, trying to. So I'm just getting people tweeting about the Garfield movie, but I want to see if because I'm sure he would have probably said something about how he's upset that Alcon Entertainment or whoever was doing the Garfield movie got this big licensing deal or whatever. Let's see. I mean, it would just be really funny to see this Garfield civil war going on. Okay. Okay. I don't know if there's a way to I know that that Twitter's search function is kind of going to shit, but yeah, I was hoping I could find what Nathan Masry was saying about the Garfield movie, but that was just the regular post. If you look under the replies, there's more crazy stuff. He was responding about OceanGate. I guess that's the submarine that it imploded. He was an arrogant, elite, corrupt bastard who killed everyone with his ego. Netflix doc was great. Carbon fiber showed to break multiple times, and he was worried about fame. He challenged God like Titanic elites did, and he said no one would die. Well, God showed you. But there's a really weird one down here that I saw. Him just responding to Kim Kardashian. Who gives a fuck what she says? You give this witch Armenian too much attention than needed. And then responding to the Blake Lively situation. He's a vindictive narcissist thief, money-grabbing Star of David since the start. And that was kind of shocking. I guess he knows if he said Jew that, that would cause make a lot of people angry, so he just tweeted Star of David, so, surprise anti-Semitism. I don't know, and shut up and be a civilized American citizen. Illegals and druggies must be deported. It's a law. Oh, did I read that one already? Yeah, I think it's just, you go under replies and you'll see more crazy stuff. They must stink. And then there he is replying to the person, saying that Garfield Eats wasn't genius. And then, let's see. There would be no Garfield. Okay, that I saw that already. Yeah, just respond he's responding political events, but also just crazy celebrity drama. It's if you watch the Izzy video, you can see even more crazy tweets that he's made. I was hoping I could see what he said about the Garfield movie. I could have sworn I saw him bitching and moaning about it. Yeah, that's just him talking about the lawsuit again. And is his personal Twitter? Oh, whoa, okay. That might be a little too hot for Twitch. Yeah, yeah, I'm kind oh, yeah, I showed this on, in my, thumbnail on DeviantArt and for Affinity. Homo fatigue, not homophobic. Even demons are fatigued to whisper. Be homo. Is that his, Pride Month message? I don't know. Yeah, he's just gone, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay, I think that's enough for now. Maybe I'll do a part two looking at more of his tweets. Like maybe look at what he said about the Garfield movie. I guess I could like maybe I don't know, do an advanced search or something and look up the dates or whatever. And I am trying to think like should I do anything special for Garfield's birthday, which is on the 19th. I mean, we actually have three important birthdays. June 17th is Jello Biafra's birthday, of the formerly of the Dead Kennedys. June 18th is Paul McCartney's birthday, and June 19th is one of Garfield's birthdays, because, Quentin Reviews revealed that there was the John comic from 1976, which I think debuted on January 9th or something, so Garfield technically has two birthdays, one in January and one in June. It gets confusing, so, yeah, so, anyway, like I was talking about last time I streamed. Please support Winston Smith. I tried to pin a link to this GoFundMe. You might have to scroll up above to see it. And of course, I mentioned donating to the ACLU and RAIN, since I was talking about the LA protests and also the weird stuff with Elon Musk, Trump, and Epstein. I thought, I should at least try and put my money where my mouth is with these things. Yeah, that's GarfieldEATS Wikipedia. Yeah, so, donate what you can, and if you're going to go to the No Kings protests tomorrow, please stay safe and everything. So, I guess that's enough talking about GarfieldEATS and its sad fate. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I'm going to go fetch a Daniel, so here we are. I'm going to just put that up for a moment. All right. Oh, no. Not you again. Not... Oh! 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 Please, Peter, have mercy. No! Stop! No! This is fun! Okay. Get out there on the internet, you loser. Disgusting. Okay. I'm alive. How is everybody today? Drink too fast. Where are my glasses? Here, GuineaPigDan dying on stream. Let's see if I can. Still not able to pin the GoFundMe. This is strange. Excuse me. Okay. Alright, well, if I can't pin the message, I'll just share it one more time. There we go. Yeah. Please help Winston Smith. recovering from having a mild heart attack, he said. All right. I can hear Dad sneezing. He sneezes loud, but so does Mom. Yeah. You can see Garfield here in, larval state in his evolved form. Yeah, now I'll let the guinea pigs. There's Twitch and his little friend. Yeah, I got I think Twitch was I don't remember if it was a birthday gift or a Christmas gift. I actually have two of them. I think one of them was for my brother, but he didn't want it, and I have it in my closet because the fur on the other Twitch is kind of ruffled up. And this I got from I think it was the Alameda Flea Market. I don't know if does this have a name? It's got a W on it. I guess that means it's made by Dr. Wiley. Gans. I also got a similar, I think a Jaguar and a German Shepherd. I don't know what I'll name, the little guinea pig here. I don't know if this one's named Twitch, Mini Twitch. I don't know. I'll figure out a name for this little one here. But anyway, let's start the art segment. I realized last time I live streamed, I tweeted on Blue, talking about posts on Blue Sky as if it's Twitter. It's just force of habit. But I posted on Blue Sky that I didn't realize in my last stream that I forgot to shrink the window down. So for about an hour, you just see me drawing on my computer, and you have no idea what I'm actually doing on screen. So yeah, Twitch's friend should be named Twitch, but replace tweet. Oh wow. I'm gonna twitching bitch. Okay, so again, I've worked on this off stream a bit more, but all I have left are I just have to ink these last two drawings of Basho, and then pages. I think it's the last three pages, 9, 10, and 11. This one, then they need to be colored. Just to make sure. Okay, I just double checking that I shrank it down. Okay. Just trying to decide which layer to go on. This all. Which layer to put the journal on. I might just put it on its own layer. I think I had like 11 little binder rings. Oh, that's the color for Peter's nose. I am the funniest man alive. Huh. A friend of mine made talking about my platypus character Shank. They accidentally called Shank Skank, and one of my art teachers suggested that could be the name of Shank's girlfriend, Shank and Skank. I don't want to imagine what Shank's girlfriend would be like. I can't remember if like there are really strange sex differences between male and female platypuses. I know that male platypuses have stingers and female platypuses don't. And then I'm trying to remember, was it the Live Science YouTube channel or something talked about how the way platypuses, like they don't, like when they're giving milk to their young, they don't have nipples. Instead, they sweat their milk out because they're monotremes, which is a really weird type of mammal. And monotremes are also the same family that has echidnas. So, I don't know, some of the weirdness of platypuses applies to Knuckles the echidna as well. One, two, three, whoops. Four. Let me space them out just a little bit more. It was 11. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure if people care if I'm consistent or something with I've done like redrawing a bunch of my old characters, but there is one character like I remember that I haven't brought back. In art school, I took a comic book writing class, and I came up with a story with Shank called the Platypus Revolution, where Shank like joined some sort of platypus liberation front, and he had a platypus friend named Lynch. I was just trying to like think of a monosyllabic, violent-sounding word. Shank, Lynch. I don't know if, given the history of lynchings in America, if that name would be appropriate. So I might have to rethink. Because Shank is a slang way to talk about knives and stabbing. And I just wanted another violent name, and I'm not sure if I want to. If I ever bring back Lynch the Platypus, I'll probably give him a name change. I don't know. He'll be Larry the Platypus. I'm not sure, like, there'd be much of a point of bringing him back, because from what I remember from that story, it was just someone introduced to give Shank someone to talk to, other than my other characters, Cinnamon, Midnight, and Basil. And I don't remember if I decided on, like, at the time that Shank would be in a little gang with Cinnamon and Basil at the time. Because that was back when Shank was still a new character. So I guess I didn't know what I was doing with him quite yet. I like what platypuses are called in Spanish. Ornitorrinco. I think it's based on like the Greek or Latin name for platypuses. I need to practice how to roll my R's. Ornitorinco. Shoot. I'm not good at rolling my R's. I saw a video like suggesting exercises where you just say a Spanish word like rojo. You know, like say it really slowly. Rojo. I'm doing it badly. Yeah. What was the one character that was a guinea pig with comically large ears that was dancing? That was Uncle Weird. Or as I've renamed him, Uncle Wilbur. But he goes by the nickname Uncle Weird. Like an idea I've had was like maybe showing off some of my old comics. But like I thought, what if I made a blog called GuineaPigDan Anthology or Archaeology or something? Like taking inspiration from the Beatles anthology, and like these are like some of my oldest drawings from elementary school, but like who would want to read a blog filled with children's drawings that are incredibly cringe? I think it would be better if, maybe I do that as a Twitch stream idea someday, where maybe I scan a few pages from my old sketchbooks and go over them like in a slideshow or something. And you can see how long I've been doing this comic stuff. Yeah, it's really weird. I found one of my old journals from elementary school, like 4th grade or something, and I found an old drawing. I had of Cinnamon, Midnight, my two main guinea pigs, a girl guinea pig named Sugar, and Uncle Weird was next to them. And I was kind of surprised to see that like Uncle Weird is one of my oldest characters, like OG characters. And like originally I had my guinea pigs all in 4s, but Uncle Weird was the one that stood up so he could dance or whatever. And what's really weird is like, I don't know, for some reason for years whenever I thought of Uncle Weird, I just thought of him with his arms spread out for something in a weird pose, and I don't remember why, but then I found that one drawing in my old school journal, and I saw that I used to draw him that way, so that's why I remembered that pose. I thought it was like, I don't know, a weird Mandela effect or something I just imagined. And I think I did include a scan of that drawing, and I think it was my picture of my redrawing of Gruffy, a weird man with tall orange hair. I'm not quite sure if I like drew Gruffy again, like what I'd exactly have him doing, other than, I don't know, he wants revenge on Domino or something. Reinterpret him as just being a stupid John Arbuckle ripoff to just being a crazy psychopath and jealous that he's been forgotten. I'm not sure if I was thinking of Dumbo when I made Uncle Weird. I mean, it's been that long ago. I think I was just thinking I wanted him to look different because he's supposed to be weird. But if I was to show you like some of my old Uncle Weird comics, like he was more like Uncle Asshole, just annoying the shit out of everyone. It's kind of strange that of all the old Uncle Weird comics I did, like he was always a side character who would just pop up to annoy, Cinnamon and Midnight and the other characters. But I never like had him as the main character in a storyline. Like I had comics where Cinnamon and Midnight's parents would be the focus of a storyline, or I'd have the next door neighbors as the focus of a storyline. But Uncle Weird thankfully never got his own storyline where he was the main character. He was always just a side character that would come over and bother everybody. I think I hear our dog Bella barking outside. Or maybe it's the neighbor's dog. I don't know. Bella's, I guess in dog language, she's saying, "You damn kids, be quiet." A character that pops out of nowhere sounds like that alien from the Flintstones. Actually, I have a different character that's like that. I had a few remaining characters that I wanted to do modernized versions of. I haven't colored them yet. If I go through this sketchbook, I got the original sketch of, well, if I enlarge, the original sketch of the tentacled alien with Perry and Domino. But, here's some, I guess, super villains for Perry. Well, actually, these were characters done in elementary school. A fly/mosquito named Disease Man and a evil butterfly named Butterfly Man. Originally, in my old comics, my white guinea pig character Sugar was, I guess, I had a friend in elementary school that started to collaborate with me on some of our comics, and he created these characters. And I found him on Facebook, and he gave me permission to, do modernized versions of these characters. But I'm trying to think. There's these characters, and then there's an evil babysitter named Mrs. Terror. Do I have a... Is she on a different page? I'm trying to find her. I thought I had... Let's see. Oh! Yeah, another one of... I don't want to expose his name, but... Mrs. Terror. She has a regular form and then a scary monster form, but I haven't finished it. I was gonna try and make her look like her monster form looks kind of like what's he called, the Dead Hand from Ocarina of Time. But I had another character, one made by a different friend that I met in middle school. If you want a character that's kind of like Mr. What the Great Gazoo or whatever his name is from the Flintstones. Do I have him on a different page? Ah, there he is. Grinny the Cheshire Guinea Pig. Okay, this is a... Well, I have him on the corner, the sides here. This is me redrawing his original appearance. And these are attempts. This is an early attempt at my tentacled alien where I made him look more like a gorilla. Trying to go more bestial, but I didn't like the style, and so I just did, upright. But Grinny, like I get, he was supposed to be this, I guess, magical character. This was made by a friend I met in middle school, but unfortunately I don't remember his name. And we met in 7th grade. I was in 7th grade. He was in 6th grade, I think. And I couldn't. And unfortunately, I'm missing my 7th grade middle school yearbook. So, but if I knew his name, I would contact him and let him know. Would it be okay if I did a modern version of Grinny, and I'd credit you and everything? Yeah, because I do plan to credit my friend that made Disease Man and Butterfly Man. I'll just say his name is Chris. That's all. Won't say his last name. And the idea is I'd reinterpret Grinny as I guess kind of a bit like the Great Gazoo. I was actually thinking more Mr. Mxyzptlk from Superman, where he's just a magical trickster who appears to annoy people. And, he could be a shapeshifter, so, maybe sometimes I might have him appear the original way he appeared, and then other times I might have him, change form. So I could have him look like Domino or something, or look like a more real guinea pig, or something like that. Okay, enough diversions. Let me go back to drawing the comic. Do they steal socks as well? In the first comic that I drew Grinny in, I actually have him say, "Hi, I'm Grinny, and I do a lot of strange things, like eating dirty socks or something like that." I was just trying to make him sound really weird, since I don't remember if that was a thing my friend suggested, or if I came up with that on my own. I'd have my white guinea pig Sugar pretend to be a superhero named Super Sugar, and she'd fight Disease Man on occasion. Butterfly Man, I only found one comic where he appears. And then I found a journal where I did drawings of all my characters from when I was a kid, and Disease Man and Butterfly Man were there. I've been trying to think of how I would reinterpret them. Maybe, I don't know, they're science experiments gone wrong or something. I mean, with all the conspiracies about COVID being a man-made virus or something, maybe I could take inspiration from that, and I don't know, that's the origin of Disease Man or something. Because his power was basically just spreading disease. I'm not sure if he's supposed to be a fly or a mosquito or something. Maybe both. Because the really giant needle nose would suggest maybe mosquito or something. And I have no idea what Butterfly Man's powers were supposed to be, so I planned... the reason why Butterfly Man had those demonic-looking eye spots, I decided was... I was looking up butterfly defense mechanisms, and they said, poison or letting a predator bite the wrong end of its wings. You might see some butterfly wings have little antenna-shaped things on the end. Basically, it's for prey that they can't tell which side is the head and which side is, which side of the insect is the head or something, and so if they bite the wing instead, what they think is the head, then the butterfly can escape. So that's not exactly, I wanted something more like it's fighting back. So I'd probably have Butterfly Man be a poisonous butterfly, and since the eye spots are meant to scare or confuse predators, maybe Butterfly Man's eye spots are hypnotic or something, and uses that to induce fear or confusion into his enemies or something. Almost kind of like Scarecrow's fear gas, I suppose. Because I'm not sure how exactly you make a butterfly into a supervillain. I mean, I don't know. You might as well. It's weirdest, DC and Marvel supervillains. There's Stilt Man, and there's Kite Man. There's Codpiece Man or something. A superhero that's trying to compensate for something. I'm not sure if that was a character that was done as a joke or something. So I got Basho done there. This will be the last page. And I have Basho saying here, will you do a comic on kanji, Peter? Gonna explain onyomi and kunyomi, stroke orders, pitch accents, regional dialects, honorifics, and so on. And Peter's like, no thanks, Basho. I don't have the patience to do a 2,136-part comic on each Japanese government-approved kanji. Miller Moth would make a better villain than any butterfly. Making half those up. What's a Miller Moth? Let me look that up. Not Miller Moss. There we go, Miller Moth. Is this supposed to be a really nasty moth or something? I mean, remember that characters like Disease Man and Butterfly Man, those were made when Chris and I were in elementary school, so I don't think we were thinking making the most threatening supervillain or something. I don't know. We were just, I guess we were, I don't know why we chose bugs. I don't know, maybe we were afraid of bugs or something. I just thought the Miller Moth would be a really dangerous moth or poisonous or something. And what if I typed in poisonous moths? Look at that fuzzy thing. It's like... Moth spits poison from its head. Maybe I should check that out later. I don't know. A Butterfly Man spits poison from his mouth or something? Bathroom and has the fan on. I don't know if it's audible on stream or not, or if it's let me do something. Just a, I'm not sure to say a perspective thing, like when you're drawing the character's head, the near half features are lower than the far side features are a little higher. one's a little higher. I was thinking of like maybe redrawing this part of Peter's cheek. Just looks a little strange to me. The way that his cheek there is squished. Oh, they're not poisonous, just dirty and flattering. Oh. Oh, okay. So, Miller moths are just really annoying. I was thinking, kind of like, are they like, actually, maybe I don't need to redraw it completely, just, I was afraid that, like, Miller moths would be like, I don't know, super dangerous insect from Australia or something. Like all the trapdoor spiders that are hella poisonous. I don't know, maybe Disease Man could lead an entire villain team of bugs and other unpleasant insects or arachnids. There. I don't like how this makes Peter's head look a little too round. Like him to have, a little bit of a slant like that. A little bit of a forehead slant. So his head isn't a total circle. I like that a little better. Let's mirror it just to double check. Yeah, looks fine. Nope. The bug. What's the bug that carries the most diseases? Mosquitoes. Yeah, that's why. I was considering debating with myself whether to make Disease Man. Like, is he supposed to be a fly or a mosquito? Because I don't remember what sort of bug he was supposed to be. Maybe I could read my old comics and, maybe Super Sugar makes a comment that, I don't know, you're a mosquito or something. That would help. I used to have one of those iMac computers when I was in middle school. I remember taking computer classes from a teacher named Mr. Spinelli, a very, very interesting, unusual name, and learning things like simple text to build like commands, HTML to like make your own website. And I made my own website, very simple, but it was never like broadcast onto the actual internet, thankfully. And I made character profiles for many of my characters back then. And when I was doing all my okay, it's back. All right. All right. I saw OBS said that it disconnected, but I see it's back. So what I was in the middle of saying was, I had this old computer, and when I was doing my character redrawings, I was hoping that I could find it again, like maybe it was in storage, but Dad said we threw it out. So, all these old character profiles I wrote are now lost. And that would have information that I wrote down that I've probably forgotten. Which is why I have to rely on, reading my old comics or old journals. Like, I didn't even remember the year in which I created my guinea pig characters. And I found, old, I don't know, like a card I wrote for someone. Maybe it was a Mother's Day card or something where I said guinea pigs, copyright, 1997 to 2001 or something. The year I made that, and it's like, okay. So I started my guinea pigs comics in 1997 when I would have been in second or third grade, when the daycare I went to bought 2 guinea pigs that the kids named Cinnamon and Midnight. It's kind of a dirty little secret that I didn't name most of my characters. Well, obviously characters like Peter the Cat was named by me, but like Cinnamon and Midnight, when the daycare I went to, they bought a brown guinea pig and a black guinea pig, and all the kids had a vote on what to name them. I wanted to name them Brownie and Blackie for some reason, but the names Cinnamon and Midnight won. And so I started drawing them. I had some old drawings where I said, the Brownie and Blackie show, but when the kids chose the name Cinnamon and Midnight, I just went with the name change. And Domino was based on a guinea pig I adopted from a young girl that moved away in middle school, and she couldn't take her pet guinea pig with her. And I don't know, maybe one of these days she might find me on Facebook or something and demand royalties for using her guinea pig's image the way I have. I don't even remember the name of Domino's original owner, unfortunately, so I can't find her myself, and I don't know, send her a link to my art, and then she's horrified to find out what a furry is. How dare you desecrate my guinea pig's memory this way? Maybe I would be able to find her name if, I had my 7th grade middle school yearbook, but that's the yearbook I'm missing. The same one that would give me the name of Grinny's creator. Even then, it's been such a long time that I'm not sure I'd even remember what she'd look like. Hmm. Yeah, well, to be fair, most of the Simpsons were named after Matt Groening. Yeah. Yeah, I remember Matt Groening telling that story. Like, I remember he said he named Marge after his own mother. Maggie and Lisa were his sisters. His father's name was Homer. And then when it came time to name the Simpsons' grandfather, he decided to, like, step away because he didn't want to just name his name another character after one of his family members. But then the Simpsons, like other artists or writers, said, we're going to name Grandpa Simpson Abraham. And Matt was like, shit, that's my grandfather's name. Just by total coincidence. Which I find that pretty funny. Whoops. There's only maybe 2 characters I named after family members. Cinnamon Midnight's grandpa, Danny. That was my grandma's nickname for my own grandpa, because his middle name was Daniel, and for some reason, instead of calling my grandpa his first name, grandma would always say, Danny? Again, I should make a family chart just to show who's related to who with Cinnamon at Midnight, because I'm not sure regular people are going to remember who all these characters are. Excuse me. Something I am looking forward to is maybe doing comics where I have my newer characters interacting with the older characters. I have a sketch somewhere that's Iron Chef inspired where Basho is on a team with Uncle Weird. Probably show that sketch off if I can find it. I think I have it. This sketchbook, if I, another diversion. Let's see if I can find it. Can I find my... This looks like a job for Sundog, showing Perry changing clothes into his superhero outfit. I'm not sure why I haven't posted this. Maybe I want to redraw it? I'm not sure. I can't remember if I posted that in my scraps or not. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Ah, shit. Lost. Yeah, so I have Joe Mallard as the judge, taking the place of what was the name of Iron Chef's host? I'm trying to remember. Kagasan or something. But anyway, I have Shank and Peter on a team, and I think they're making some sort of Australian food. And Shank is threatening Peter because he doesn't want Peter doing any Garfield shit with their food. And Basho is on a team with Uncle Weird. And I'm trying to read what they're saying. Shank is like, we're making Australian roast lamb my way. If you add any pasta or Garfield crap, I'm making roast cat instead. And Peter's like, fine, Shank, have it your way. Stick a knife at me again, and I'll turn you into platypus soup. And Basho is saying, Wilbert, why did you throw ice cream, spaghetti, and pickles into our Okay, I'm not sure if I'm saying okonomiyaki. That's the Japanese food, yeah. Why did you throw ice cream, spaghetti, and pickles onto our okonomiyaki? You're ruining the recipe. And Uncle Weird is like, Wilbert, that's Uncle Weird to you, Basho! Why stick to a rigid recipe? The best cooks improvise! I'm not sure how I do Uncle Weird's voice. Like, I don't know, he'd just have a really wacky voice. And Joe Mallard, I think, is just telling them 10 minutes left. Hurry up. Like, if I need some asshole corporate character, or, it'll usually be Joe Mallard or something. Kangaroo steak. Thankfully, I've never had anything exotic like kangaroo or alligator. I actually did once make a okonomiyaki. I don't know if I have the picture on Twitter or something. Oops. It's kind of annoying when Twitch disconnects just randomly, because, it'll repost your stream in, multiple parts, and I kind of wanted to do I've learned how to, post multiple highlights from the same video, so I don't have to, do one at a time. But it's still kind of annoying to, I don't know, have a stream broken into several parts that you didn't choose. I don't know if it's just the internet here is shit or something. Wash those horns. Smooth that out a bit. Why did I say okonomiyaki? Maybe I should have said sushi or something, or some other Japanese dish. I might have to redraw Basho's horns, because there they look longer and there they look shorter. It's probably going to be a problem across multiple of these pages, just the length and shape of Basho's horns keep changing. I like to eat whatever Uncle Weird's making. Huh. I do have a comic where um, Uncle Weird is making, like, tells Cinnamon a joke. What's red, white, black, and goes 100 miles per hour? Cinnamon doesn't know. And then Uncle Weird dumps out, a bunch of nasty food from a blender, and he says, it's a skunk in a blender, and that's what you're having for dinner. And Cinnamon is grossed out. I mean, you should be very glad that I never gave Uncle Weird, like, his own main storylines. Always just a side character pissing everyone off. Like, even though my comics from when I was a kid were cringy, there are some funny ones. I think my favorite Uncle Weird comic I did was a storyline where I had my characters go camping, and, like, for some reason Uncle Weird is the only one who's excited to go camping. And when they get home after the camping trip, I guess it was a disaster or something, the door is locked. And it's like, and Uncle Weird says, "Oh, I loved camping so much, I locked us outside so we'd be forced to stay a couple more days." I think he got rid of the keys also. Cue foghorn sound effect. Or do you mean foghorn leghorn? I kind of like how just randomly Foghorn Leghorn became an internet meme where people would, like, Photoshop him talking to anime characters or just random, live action movie characters. Listen here, I say, no, I say, whatever. Like, just suddenly out of the blue, people are giving him all this extra undue respect. Ah, okay. You mean an actual boat foghorn. Which does kind of beg the question, did Uncle Weird actually go out and kill a skunk to make his skunk in a blender recipe? Or did he just, was he just making that up just to gross out Cinnamon for whatever reason? I should, like sometimes maybe Uncle Weird should have been called Uncle Psychopath or something. There we go. Yeah, I just want to check to make sure that like after accidentally having my regular camera like zoomed in on me as I draw the comic that people can't see. It's like now I have to constantly check OBS just to make sure. Am I in the little corner there? Can people actually see what I'm doing? Who's a Looney Tunes character that deserves more respect since Foghorn Leghorn just suddenly became a lot more popular due to that meme? Like, I still need to watch Day the Earth Blew Up. I bought this on Blu-ray a while ago. Like, I've done my characters in Don Bluth style. Like, maybe I should try like Warner Brothers style or something. Oh, I had them on the same layer. Usually I like to separate the head and the neck. Oh well. Like just in case I need to move the head over or something. Another idea I had, for Garfield's birthday. Like, what if I rewatched, the 3 theatrical Garfield movies: Garfield 2004, Garfield: A Tale of Two Kitties, and then the 2024 Garfield movie, and reviewed those on Twitch, because it's just I've been planning, on the back burner, have an idea for a long time to like adapt the one written review I did of the 2004 Garfield movie into into a Peter the Cat video, but just never got around to doing it. And now that I'm on Twitch, it's like, maybe I could just do it live. We'll do it live! Fuck it! Fucking thing sucks! There's a review quote that you can put on the 2004 Garfield movie. Fucking thing sucks. Probably said by Bill Murray when he was at the premiere. In case those of you don't know, Bill Murray has said that Garfield is one of the worst things he's done. Although, I wonder if the 2016 Ghostbusters movie and Ant-Man Quantumania would... maybe he would rank those alongside Garfield. Years ago, I created a character named Dr. Rooster that was basically Foghorn Leghorn in a suit. He was a side character in some old comic strip I drew in middle school with a couple of aliens with X-shaped heads. That would be interesting, X-shaped heads. Like... I'm just trying to think, like... How would the X-shaped head even fit on their shoulders? Like, is there a neck that goes in between the X, or is it like... the ends of the X like connect to their shoulders like this, and that would be a very unusual alien. Okay. Just want to make sure they were roughly still the same place. There we go. I had a separate layer here for binder, rings. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think that's good. There's one. Did I not draw the hand here? Or did I have it? I guess I haven't drawn that hand yet. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was on a layer I turned off or something. I guess I just forgot the hand. Save. What other projects are you working on before commissions? There's actually one other person that messaged me on Telegram that said they were interested in the commission, but I don't think it would take that long. It's probably just going to be a single character thing. Aside from this comic, I'm trying to think. There's probably a few drawings on my iPad that I was still wanting to work on. Like I have sketches I started way back in January at Further Confusion that I've just had on the back burner and haven't worked on more. Okay. So, only one thing I want to check is the size of Basho's horns. Let me be like... Either I make the horns bigger or I make them shorter. I think I made them a little taller here because Basho is looking down and then he looks a little bit back up. Huh. Yeah, I had a layer where I was trying to... Yeah, I can see. I was trying to keep things consistent. I copied the sketches from this panel here to over here so they could stay consistent size-wise. I guess the horns I didn't pay much attention to. So I'll probably redraw them just to be a little shorter here. Layer the horns on. Here. I hope they're not on. They're not. Okay, they're on the black. Oops. Zoom in a bit. Shoot. them down a bit. I may not have to redraw them entirely, just make them a little shorter. There's the old layer of... this layer. I'm going to save a new version of this. This page be the last page. Yeah, in case I decide I want to go back to the old horns, I'll have saved a copy of this. Gotta be careful not to erase the eyebrows. I think those are in the same layer. I'll use those as like guide. Oops. Bigger is better, right? Oh. Trying to decide if I okay. All right. I think these are good for now. Let's rename base layers. I'm going to double the lines to make them a little thicker. Okay. Something like, one thing I want to do, and color the background. It just makes it easier to see when I'm coloring things like, you know, the white parts of Peter's fur. I like to do some of like the really repetitive stuff first, so I might like draw all the mouth colors first. I still need to go back and color the other remaining pages. Everyone's tongues. Peter's panting like a dog. Very unbecoming of a cat. Although, in the video game Garfield Caught in the Act, if Garfield's low in health, you'll see him pant with a really giant tongue. And he also does the panting animation on the options screen. There we go. Speaking of Garfield Caught in the Act, I saw that a couple months ago. There was a Portland game convention that somehow had a ROM of the lost levels that were posted on the Sega channel back in the 90s. I'm still waiting for like when they'll dump the ROM and make them available for everyone to play. That would be a hell of a gaming stream. You know, playing Garfield Caught in the Act. I still have the old CD for, what was it, Windows 3 or Windows 95 back from the 90s. I don't know if there's a way to, like, I don't know, make newer computers be able to run it, like, I don't know, if you get an emulator software or something. Because if I put in Garfield Caught in the Act on my computer here, it won't play the game, it'll just play the music as if it's a music CD. And the same thing happens if I put the CD in like my Blu-ray player or in a car CD player. It was kind of neat that a game's CD doubles as a music CD. Kind of a disappointment that Garfield Caught in the Act hasn't been re-released. Like, I don't know, an HD remaster of it, or just, I don't know, a straight up port of the game. I mean, I don't know if there'd be rights issues or something. I know the next Garfield game coming out is going to be Garfield Kart 2, which is a little strange because then they already have like another Garfield Kart game that came out a few years ago. But I was told on Blue Sky that the second game they released was really just more of a remaster or a remake of the first one, so that's why the new Garfield Kart game is Garfield Kart 2 and not Garfield Kart 3. Maybe someone should take that clip from Garfield and Friends episode. You're not Sylvia. You're one of the kung fu creatures on a rampage. 2! Someone should do that with Garfield Kart. I don't know. You're not Sylvia. You're Garfield Kart 2! Or, I don't know. You're not Garfield Kart 2. You're one of the kung fu creatures on a rampage. 2. I don't know. I'm not sure how that would work. And for some reason, that episode kind of freaked me out as a kid. Like, I was kind of surprised rewatching Garfield and Friends on DVD. Like, the episode's just called Video Airlines, because that's the main song that Garfield sings in the middle of the episode. But like, you would think that since the whole premise of the episode is that there's this one bad B movie that keeps playing on every channel, like they call it Kung Fu Creatures on a Rampage 2 or something, and not Video Airlines. And that kind of, I don't know, that just freaked me out as a kid. Like, a movie you don't want to watch keeps coming up on every channel just to, I don't know, torment you or something. I guess as a kid I interpreted Kung Fu Creatures on a Rampage, not as a cheesy B movie, but I guess more as a horror movie or something. And Garfield and John didn't want to watch it because they thought it was scary. Not understanding that the reason they didn't want to watch it is because it's just on every goddamn channel. And it's kind of strange that, like, things that are innocuous, that can be misinterpreted by a child as something really scary.
wondering, the eyes here are too small compared to eyes there. I don't know. Easy way to check, am I on camera? Just hover over the OBS tab. There we go. Ay. Might reduce that. Where was this on? Okay, that one. Just make more room for the eye. There we go. And, let's make sure the just making sure the eyes don't look strange. Of course, go over them one more time just in case they're not fully solid. Okay. Now the pupils. Clint. Excuse me. There we go. Oh. There's still Peter's stripes. It's like, you know, when I'm coloring like these characters, like I try to get the annoying parts out, you know, like out of the way first. The mouths, Peter's nose, his stripes, eyes. Once I get all of that out of the way, it's like everything else becomes much simpler. There we go. No! Yeah, that startled me. Okay, let's see what's... Oh, dinner was ready an hour ago. Give me the cookie, John. Is that supposed to be... I'm not sure if a friend just sent me a Garfield meme, but it's like a real cat. I mean, since it says John, I assume it's supposed to be a Garfield meme. But John is spelled John rather than Jon. I guess, you know, one of the ways you can test if someone's like truly a Garfield fan or like really knowledgeable about Garfield, you know, what's John's last name? Just to test him. You know how many people know it's Arbuckle? I just realized I forgot to erase that little line. It's actually like kind of an idea for like how I'll characterize Peter in comics. An idea I had. He tries to act cool like Garfield, but ends up acting like John instead. Color in his cross necklace. How long have I been streaming for? 2.5 hours. Shoot. nearly forgot. Not just Peter's face, it's also his arms and everything. There we go. There's his. There we go. That's a weird way to draw Peter's cheek. Wait a minute, I nearly forgot one more thing. Is Peter's tail visible here? Oh, no, it's not. I don't have his legs visible in that panel. I have a gap in Peter's legs all of a sudden. I might erase that. Don't know what I was thinking. This looks weirdly inconsistent. Unless he's like supposed to be standing with his legs a bit wider in one panel. It's like all the annoying parts to color. Peter's stripes, eyes, tongues and mouths and everything, and the necklace. Once I get all that out of the way, it's like, then it feels a bit easier. I might check out the other pages. Like, how much of those did I color? See, I think... yeah, I just have... oh. Did it work? Oh! Shoot, I had the line paper layer in the way. That's why I didn't see it. Oops. I'm going to go to every page and just color in mouths, and teeth, and everything. A bit easier on the mouth on this page. I just realized I've got Basho's neck there.
If you excuse me, I'm going to take a bathroom break for like a minute or two. Alright, I'll be right back after these messages. Alright, I'm back. Excuse me if I eat in the middle of the stream again. And hopefully... I just want to make sure the stream didn't go out in the middle of while I was away. Another OBS crash or whatever. Alright, once again, irises. Excuse me.
sit up more straight in my chair. I like to lean into the action. There we go. Chat is pretty quiet right now. Makes me wonder, like, is anyone actually watching? Kind of paranoia, streaming to 0 people. Hopefully, no one will probably care if I get on the stream a bit. ASMR. Listening to GuineaPigDan eat and chew and swallow. Alright, Wax Badger. the Japanese R sound. I like this one drawing of Basho here. Pressing his tongue against the top of his mouth. Let's see. Okay, thankfully it's only these two drawings of them on this page, so coloring shouldn't take too long. Itchy guinea pig. Well, I might as well. The Japanese sun on Basho's shirt. There we go. O'clock now. Might keep streaming for maybe half an hour more, and then call it a night. I might finish the comic off stream though. Yeah, stripes. I wonder, could I get Winston Smith's, oh shoot, GoFundMe to, come on, oh damn it. I don't get it, why is it not letting me pin that message? It's really strange. I've never had this problem before where it doesn't let me pin something. Yeah, I saw the number on his GoFundMe went up, so I know some more people did donate. I don't know if I played a little part or not, but I'm glad to see that there's people supporting him. Oh wait, I forgot the stripes on Peter's his arms. Like you think you got it all, but then there's one more thing you missed. Excuse me. Okay, now I have some hiccups. There we go, stripes on his arms. Let's do his eyes. And before I streamed this evening, I made sure to save the highlight of when my dad walks into my room, so make sure that's preserved.
thought of like, I make a ad for myself on YouTube with Peter. The way he promotes me is showing all the times I make mistakes on stream or something unexpected happens. Ooh, Peter stares into your soul. It's like Ghost Rider's penance stare. There we go. Eyes finished. Let's go back to page 9. Do the coloring on this page. Basho. Do his shirt. His shirt color actually is different from the color of his claws and his teeth. Like his claws and teeth are a pure white. Well, Basho's shirt is actually a very, very light pink. Not sure why. Maybe I was like on the wiki page for the Japanese flag and just ink dropped it and it was not pure white. You know, Peter's shirt. Now, you probably won't see most of his shirt since there's going to be a speech bubble down here. And maybe I might reuse this art of Peter, I don't know, talking or something. Maybe in a thumbnail, I don't know. I've thought of updating my Domino thumbnail with him in 16-bit and replacing it with the flaming pie drawing. It's like, can't decide, you know, what does the 16-bit Domino, you know, look more unique, or is flaming pie Domino all right? I mean, it's funny, he looks all freaked out or something, whereas Pixel Domino, he looks happy. I feel like once I get the repetitive stuff to draw out of the way, like Peter's stripes and the mouths and everything, it's like, and coloring doesn't feel as tiresome. It's just like the little details that are annoying to do. Whereas with, you know, these shirts and everything, it's just one color. Oh, there's a little yellow spot. There we go. Even though you won't see the gray on Peter's hands because his hands are white, I still like doing this, you know, just in case, like, you know, like if I add shading to a drawing, you know, I got, you know, a solid color underneath that. Okay. Of course, I'm not adding shading to this. 19. Good. I'm still in the corner. Just really paranoid after that one time I forgot to shrink the window down. Just want to double check. Can you see me drawing? Or do you just see my ugly mug? There we go. Oops. Okay, it's nearly 9:30. I'll probably... Ah, fuck. Yeah, not right now. Yeah, it's too bad that particular friend doesn't want to be recorded in Discord. Or in... Like, he's told me he doesn't want to be a guest on Twitch, so... It's a shame, because it would be kind of neat if that friend could join in and... Oh, different. Should I do it on my... I'll do it on my phone. Hello, Ken.
I do, though.
Yeah. I'll just, put my phone up like that.
Surprised to see me, Dan?
Yeah, I bet. I mean, I had a different friend calling, then you decided to call me. Yeah, I mean, I was...
I thought it was the perfect segue.
Alright. Yeah, so we have, Ken the Nekomata as a guest star again.
I am Ken Nekomata. Also, realistically, I just
I'm going to silence the audio here for about a minute. Ken talks about some personal things I'd rather not post on the YouTube.
What the hell? Yeah, I'm sorry, Sketchbook Pro just suddenly quit on me? Okay. Okay, there we go. Good thing. Good, it just restored itself. I'll save just in case. Oh, someone's texting me.
You know what, speaking of that,
Oh, shoot, I just realized I forgot Peter's hand.
is honestly, he doesn't look that he doesn't look that bad without lighter gray hands.
Yeah, it is kind of meant to be reminiscent of Tom from Tom and Jerry.
Is he now? I thought he was supposed to be based on Garfield.
It's both Garfield and Tom from Tom and Jerry. The color scheme is Tom, the stripes is Garfield, plus Peter being chubby also.
The perfect training dummy, in my opinion. A fat man.
Here we go. Got Peter's hand there. Now, I'm going to do Basho.
Do you think if someone is overweight, they would make for a good crash dummy with all that fat acting as durability?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look at statistics on the survival rates of overweight people in cars versus thin people in cars. Does the fat act as extra padding?
If I know American football players, padding means everything.
I don't remember. trying to remember like which colors the spines, which colors. That's why on my character color reference, for my dragon characters, I label which character belongs to which. Which area, and I should do that with all my characters. Eventually.
But, yeah, you should probably do that. Me, however, I usually pull up a ref sheet or reference picture when it comes to coloring my characters. The day parents stop using authority as a shield for both their insecurities and as an excuse to torment their own children, is the day One Piece finally ends. It's not gonna happen.
Oh. Well, I'm not familiar with anime, so
At least
I know what One Piece is, but I didn't. I guess One Piece is just so.
The joke is.
It's
the
just.
joke is that one.
Well, go ahead.
The joke is that One Piece is one of the longest running anime in Japan.
Oh. When did it debut?
1998, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh. I mean, when I think longest running, I would have thought, like... I always thinking, like... I don't know, more like Cats and Jammer Kids or Blondie, where you have comic strips that are running so long that it's like the children or the grandchildren of the original creator that are drawing the comic now.
The longest running... Fun fact, the longest running anime, according to IMDb, is Saze-chan since 1969 with 2,640 episodes and counting.
And people complain that The Simpsons has gone on too long.
That's only 760 plus episodes, and the series I'm working on only has mostly a rough estimate of 500, and I'm only working on episode 5 as of now. I won't be even close to done.
I see some.
I mean, 500 is still less than 670.
There we go.
But after those 500 episodes are over, I'll basically be done. Might do a few OVAs, but that's pretty much it.
I'll draw the ear here a little bit. Excuse me. Bosher's ear.
Speaking of ears, I can't wait for the day to finally be able to afford the animation commission.
Yeah.
In fact, I won't need to wait long since I've got half a month to prepare for it, and I haven't spent my money on anything lately.
I'm pretty excited to eventually work on it. It'll be a challenge.
I don't usually usually mean to give people challenges, but I love the sentiment nonetheless. Although, speaking of challenges, I've been drawing a good assortment of characters that require the need for colored outlines, since that's part of the art style. And I've come to learn that colored outlines take longer than solely black outlines.
Yeah. That can make some drawings I do kind of challenging. Having to keep track of every
challenging for
having to keep track of every different outline you use. And overlapping.
That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say, and you took the words right out of my mouth. No matter. It's fine. It's fine that we're at least going slightly out of our comfort zone. I know it's gonna take me a while to start animating my series, because I've never animated anything serious before. I mean, whenever I'm in the mood to actually do it, and whenever it's convenient for me, I'll get to work on it. But most of the time, I kind of go at my own pace.
Yeah. The next animation I plan to do will probably be the drawing I was working on of Domino flipping eggs. I was thinking of, I'm going to do another Earthbound-like background behind it, but also I was thinking of, what if I actually had the eggs, flipping around as an animation also.
You mean rotating 360 degrees vertically?
Yeah. The eggs would be flipping in midair, not actually falling into the frying pan, just to make some visual interest.
I love the sound of that. Anti-gravity eggs. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Looks like you're gonna have to mute that in post.
Yeah. Yeah, I just realized if I press the mute button, that would mute me, not mute you, would it? I forget.
I mean, all you would have... Oh wait, you're on mobile, not desktop.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you could just right-click me, and you could just temporarily mute me.
Yeah, I can edit that out.
But, I just... You get used to people walking in on you after a while. People in the chat.
Yeah, I had Dad walk in on me last stream, which was kind of awkward.
At least I wasn't there, because he would have judged because he would have judged the sound of my voice.
I don't know if he'd do that. He'd probably ask who it is, and I'd have to explain, oh, this is one of my watchers, Dad.
I would have just awkwardly said, I intruded on his personal space because I wanted attention.
Oh, God.
Which is that's technically true, isn't it? That's technically true, isn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't exactly call you an intruder.
I guess next time he comes in, I should say, I wanted his attention, so I called him.
My dad would probably find that a little weird.
Doesn't everyone want attention at the end of the day? Hey, at least I didn't say bark like a dog and call me daddy.
Oh my God.
Because I'm not that kind of person. Because I'm not that kind of guy anymore.
I'm trying to think, should I give my own dad, a screen alias or something? Like, Daddy Guinea Pig or something?
Depends. Are you going to draw them as a guinea pig,
No.
like how you usually draw them?
No.
Then just call them Guinea Pig Dad.
I guess that would work.
Why are you laughing? That wasn't even funny.
Well, Guinea Pig Dad as a play on GuineaPigDan.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think that.
Although, my dad's favorite animal is actually penguins.
You want to know? Well, my favorite animal doesn't even exist.
Fictional animal?
It was made up by a guy I've recently started watching religiously. He calls it it's like if you combined it's like if the big worm from Beetlejuice, Tom the cat, and the mascot of Traveler's Tales the mascot in the Traveler's Tales logo before they changed it to an uppercase T and a lowercase t. And he calls it a hit, and he calls it a hiff, which sounds like a race you would find in the Mario RPGs.
Yeah.
I would say right next to the Twilight Town villagers and the bean people. Also, the person who made it sounds like Rob Paulson whenever he voices a character.
Well, Paul, that was the voice of Wacko Warner, if I remember.
Yakko.
Or Yakko.
You're thinking of Jess Harnell, the voice of Wacko.
Ah.
By the way, did you also know for a time Jess Harnell voiced Crash Bandicoot?
I didn't.
Think of it like the Tasmanian devil if he inhaled a tank of helium. That's what he sounds like.
Okay, now you got me a bit like I'm gonna take some old Taz Looney Tune cartoons or the Taz TV show from the 90s and just speed it up and listen to what Taz's voice sounds like.
Isn't there like a pitch option in Audacity or
I use Adobe Premiere for editing, and there is an option to either speed things up or alter the pitch of sounds.
Well, whatever the case, I'm gonna send you an audio file of what it sounds like.
Almost done with the page. There we go.
But there was that series starring the Tasmanian Devil. I think it was called Tasmania.
Yeah. I barely remember that show. I just remember there were two platypus brothers.
Makes sense. It's supposed to take place in the area it's named after.
Yeah.
But also, there's plenty of games based on it for the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo, both of which play differently.
Yeah, I owned a Super NES as a kid. I'd only play the Sega Genesis if I went to friends' houses. So, like, I was totally unfamiliar with the Sonic games until I was an adult and played ports of the game on... I played Sonic 3 on... And just the Sonic 3, not Sonic 3 and Knuckles on the Wii Virtual Console. You know, kind of strange that the first Sonic game I actually completed is on a Nintendo console. And then I got the DS port of Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles. I know that's not the best way to play the Sonic trilogy, but I just went with what I could get.
At that point, Sega might as well have merged with Nintendo with how much they were prying themselves. I forgot how I was going to finish that sentence.
They should just merge, since Sega's releasing so many of their newer games through Nintendo. Oh.
After the Dreamcast didn't sell well, they should have. They went multi-platform. So it's not so much a console making company. As they are a games company in general.
Yeah, there we go.
Probably the only single or double A studios out there, while the rest are triple A or indie. But there aren't any B studios anywhere studios that make games almost on par with AAA studios, but are clearly on a budget. Your Blinkses, your Ty the Tasmanian Tigers, all that jazz.
Yeah.
There aren't many of those anymore, and 90% of them were licensed were making licensed games.
It's nearly 10 o'clock, so I'll probably be wrapping up the stream soon. Yeah, I guess I might color Peter and Basho's shirts really quick.
At least the other projects you're going to do after this comic will give me enough time to save more money.
Yeah, I don't think it should take as time consuming as this Hiragana Katakana comic.
But I just hope it'll give me more time, because personally, excuse me, personally I'm not a fan of paying in advance because I'm always either a few to tens of dollars short before the next month happens. So I just hope you don't do that to me when it's my time.
I mean, I can accommodate whatever works for you.
I'm just not the biggest fan of. I forgot what I was going to say again.
You're not the biggest fan of prepaying?
I'm not the biggest fan of prepay. I'm not the biggest fan of prepaying because sometimes when I prepay something, an artist doesn't get back to me. An artist doesn't get back to me for potentially years.
Oh, jeez.
I had to wait almost 2 years for a commit. I had to wait 2 years for a commission for someone I was commissioning to get back to me. But luckily they did.
Yeah, there was one animated commission I took way too long for someone, but I eventually did finish. I don't remember how long it took me. I don't remember why it took me a long time.
I hope the next animated commission you do, aka mine, doesn't take too long.
It depends on how complicated it is.
I mean, I pinned the messages for you. It shouldn't be that complicated.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be. I mean, it's more complex. I mean, it's more complex now since you're still doing simple gifts, but I don't know. It's 14. I don't know. It's 14 seconds long, and you could probably find a way to loop it.
Yeah, I mean, 14 seconds times. If I'm animating on 2s, that'd be 12, so, I saw the thing on Poisonous Moths open. 12 times 14. 168. Well, that would be 168 frames. That is going to be, if there's repeated frames, it'd be less, but that is still a lot to draw 168 frames if it's for 14 seconds.
I can send you what you're going to recreate again, and watch the frame so you can get an idea for it.
Yeah.
In fact, I sent them over right now.
Alrighty. Oh, I already had that. Color. Okay, I'm gonna save and probably it's 10 o'clock, so I'll probably call it a night. Yeah, okay. So I guess I'll put up the end screen. Here we go. Say goodbye to the stream, Ken.
For what it's worth.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
For what it's worth, you at least knew what you at least are getting somewhere. But goodbye. But yeah, goodbye to the chat and goodbye to the stream. Follow GuineaPigDan on DeviantArt, Weasel, Shitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, for Shinku on For Affinity, YouTube, Tumblr, and Twitch.
Yeah. Thank you
Thank
for
you for watching. Gracias por la visita.
yeah.
How's that?
In Spanish, V's are pronounced like B's.
Oh, so it's gracias por la... so it's la visita.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Yeah, that's how I learned in Spanish class, but then when I was looking up Spanish pronunciation on YouTube, it's like, well, also, when a V is in the middle of a word, it's pronounced almost like an F or something, and it's like, wow, so many rules to remember. But I know English has its own weird rules. But anyway, yes, thank you, everyone, for watching. Say thank you to Ken for being a co-host again. Yeah, follow me on all these sites, and if you're going to the No Kings marches tomorrow, just please stay safe. Anyway, good night, everyone, and thank you for watching. I'll probably get this comic finally finished sometime next week, hopefully. So, good night, everybody.